Hi, everybody. This is Tanya from Tango Business Coaching, and today is day 27 of our 30-day leadership challenge. So, yesterday I referenced Manage by Walking Around really briefly in the connection video, and I wanted to bring it back as a separate challenge all by itself. It's kind of an oldie, but I still think it's a good one for us to think about it. And I guess I should even change the words from manage by walking around to leading by walking around, because I don't want this to be thought about as a tactical sort of micromanaging sort of tactic, but more about what you need to be doing as a leader to stay connected to your business, right? So what is it exactly? It is not aimlessly just running around your building and looking for things. That's not really what we're talking about here. And I would have to think about how that translates into the virtual world. But it is meant to be purposeful. It is meant to be unstructured and unplanned. It's meant to be being amongst your customers and your employees, your customers as much as that's possible, and seeing things from their perspective. How are all of the strategies that you've considered and thought about with your leadership team? How are they actually getting executed? What does that feel like from their perspective when you get out into the front line? So I think about like Disney parks, for example, like their senior leadership teams spend intentional time walking about to ensure everything is being executed in accordance with the plan that they set. And at the same time, they're interacting with their employees along the way. And I also witnessed this not long ago. I was at a resort in the Dominican Republic and I saw the same thing. I regularly saw the senior leadership team walking the grounds of the resort and just checking in with customers, checking in with employees. And at one point, I even saw an employee struggling. He was cutting down a palm frond out of the palm tree. And the manager actually happened to be walking around, or the senior leader actually, and helped them deal with the palm frond because they were having a hard time of it. So that's what this is about, right? And obviously, the connecting piece is important. We talked about that yesterday. The more you're out there among your employees, the more they will get to know you, the more that you will have the opportunity to motivate, inspire, and get people aligned with your passion and the purpose of the organization, or even your strategy. The other real benefit to being out there with your employees is the ability to gain feedback. Now, you have to be careful because you'll only be getting it from, one person or one group at a time, but paying attention to feedback could be an early sign that things might be going sideways either on the team or somewhere in your organization. You can find it quickly and nip it in the bud, right? So, Tom Peters wrote a book some time ago called A Passion for Excellence. And in here, he talks about three components behind a successful, back then, the manage by walking around approach. So, number one, managers listen to people. They listen globally. So that means using, all of the information that's coming to you, not just the words being spoken. So as a leader, you have to figure out how you pay attention to the words between the line. What are they not saying? What are they actually not conveying, but they're trying to tell you in different ways? So trust your instincts and dig deeper when that happens. The second thing they do with this approach is managers use discussion as an opportunity to transmit the company's values and all the other things, right? Like your vision, your mission, your strategic direction, anything that you can do to get people aligned with your business. And the third thing is managers are willing to provide on the spot assistance and support. So, like the guy at the resort in the Dominican helping with the palm fronds, jump in and help where you can. Doesn't mean that you might need to delegate that too. It doesn't mean you actually have to do it. But how cool is it if the CEO jumps in and helps with, moving palm fronds because in that moment they needed help? So a bit of a caution on all of this, right? So yes, if you don't put boundaries around this, it can be quite time consuming. So you do have to be very intentional with the purpose around an approach like this. And stick to your boundaries with it. So, if you're going to head out for 30 minutes, stick to 30 minutes. If you're going to head out for an hour, stick to an hour. If it's 15 minutes, whatever it is, ensure that you are purposeful with why you're walking around, and you're time bound by it. I would also caution you on being careful with not becoming the complaint person, right? The complaint department. So you have to balance listening for feedback versus, just taking complaints in, right? So that would be the other thing I would, be cautious about. So you want to listen for real feedback and bring that back, do something with it, and then follow up with people. Sometimes that means you've got to delegate that out as well. So think about all of that. I also would ask you to consider how this could work in a virtual world. What would that look like? Maybe it's getting yourself involved in meetings that are happening and you just show up for like 5 minutes and you're sort of a fly on the wall. Um, Maybe it's being a bit more proactive, opening up chat rooms so people can come in and visit with you there. Or if you have Slack or whatever other messaging channels that you might have, maybe it's jumping in on those Slack channels and seeing what's going on. So definitely a little bit trickier in the virtual space, but I would love to hear what ideas you have on that. So your challenge for today on this topic is exactly the same as yesterday's challenge. Get up and start walking around, or if you're in the virtual space, just figure out how you can get yourself involved in that virtual space. Just try something on. Again, don't get too caught up in why or what. Sorry, not why, but what. Just get out there, be purposeful, be intentional, um, be part of your business and see how things are landing from an execution perspective. So, good luck with all of that one. Let me know, of course, how it's going. As always, if you need that 30-day challenge tracker, just reach out. Love to see you in the comments or direct message me, through whatever channel you're watching this video on. So we will see you here tomorrow, and good luck with today's challenge. Have a great day, everybody.